Good morning. A warm welcome to all of you. I think it has been a fantastic day one. Just hearing it, I really felt that I missed quite a lot of sessions, and hopefully I will catch up on the online recordings very soon. So before we get started, many of you probably are here with a lot of anticipation to know about sustainability and digital technology and what you could take back and apply to your businesses as such. So, who am I? My name is Shree Harsha. You pronounce it as Harsha. Shree is my first name, and in India it's more of used in a different norm. So people call me Harsha, and foreigners call me Shree. So I'm getting used to that name as such, nomenclature per se. Plus, please free to get connected to me on LinkedIn. Who are we as such? Very few people know that Dassault Systèmes, which is not Dassault Aviation, which sells Mirage and a lot of fighter aircrafts to the Indian Air Force. We are a sister concern of Dassault Group called as Dassault Systèmes. We are the world leaders in the 3D design, CAD, CAM, and manufacturing. What we provide is virtual universes for people to really imagine, shape, create in the computer first with distributed teams worldwide before you actually build anything, even a small prototype, in the real manufacturing cell altogether. We have been in India since last 30 plus years. It's not that we've come after the relationship with the Indian Air Force or anything as such. Since 1995, we have been here in India, and we have several offices, and I will go through the details in terms of what do we do and how it's connected with sustainability. The key important point element is the world leaders in the industrial space, in the life sciences and medical space, and in the infrastructure and city space, partner with us in a multi-year journey in their innovation process primarily. You might be wondering, can you tell this in the layman's language? So let me be very precise. The two largest of the customers who could ever imagine in the aerospace and in automotive, like Toyota and Airbus and Boeing. Every single plane out there, 95% of the aeroplanes out there is designed using Dassault Systèmes tool sets, right from ground up, drawing boards, 30 years, 20 years, whatever it takes to develop a plane. Every single component of it is designed using Dassault Systèmes tool sets. And more than 30,000 engineers of Toyota worldwide who develop the best-in-class cars use Dassault Systèmes technology to produce that. And we call that as virtual twin. So I'll go into the detail in terms of how we evolved and what did we do. So the history of the company is we started in 1981 with the 6 engineers coming out of Dassault Aviation and say that, look, while we're trying to do fighter aircrafts on the real factory, is there a way we can solve this and simplify it and create an IT system back in 1981 to model and shape the aeroplane surfaces, basically, in 3D world and see if we can save cost of making a real prototype. It costs a lot of money to make a real physical prototype of an aircraft subsystem. So that was the history behind in terms of how did the company originate. So back when we evolved, then we started working with Airbus. Airbus started adopting us, and then in around 1989, our CEO, Mr. Bernard Charles, is a visionary in himself, went to US and talked to Boeing, and he said, can we work together? So that's the birth of Boeing started using Dassault Systèmes tool sets. It's the de facto tool sets in the CAD world called as CATIA, using that for ground up for every single operations. We have been evolving, we do organic and inorganic in terms of our growth. Just like last 5 years, we acquired around 60 companies because technology is evolving so fast, and we got to learn as much as we speak, which from startups, universities, academia, and obviously with our customers. Early 2010, 2012, we started working with City of Singapore when we looked at how can we really work with a city to really model, imagine, and how a future of city could look like. We are talking about urban planning with various set of scenarios of under the roads, primarily tunneling, and even metro constructions, even highways. How do you really imagine the future of the city evolving? And I'm glad to really say that we are working in India as well with the city of Jaipur. And the city of Jaipur is the first city in India which adopted this technology. And the Urban Development Authority of City of Jaipur has modeled the entire city. I mean, this may be first of its kind. It's not even happening in that depth in even Europe right now. wherein drones are used to really map the entire city, and that data is imported to create the virtual twin of the city. And all the urban planners, various departments who have dependencies on each other in terms of the planning horizons, collaborate together to make informed decisions before they put the capex and raise the RFPs out there. Long story short, what we have done is basically from a siloed way of looking at addressing to the engineerings, guys in any company or any government institute. We have evolved as a business platform. Technically, it means we have evolved towards addressing all the innovation problems right from concepts and strategy towards engineering, then manufacturing, supply chain, and then we have moved even to the sales and marketing. I'll go into the detail of that. What do I mean by that is, all of you have come across digital showrooms, right? You have AR, VR goggles. You don't have the entire car, but you can get a feel of the car altogether if you enter the new age showrooms. And we are into that. I mean, if you walk across Beijing or in Germany or in Dubai, an Audi showroom, what the technology you see there is of Dassault Systems. We model all of that and help customers make better decisions in terms of the buying. And today, it's become like a de facto in the life sciences and healthcare domain. And that's a billion-dollar business for us, life sciences and healthcare, right from medical devices to pharma and even personalized patient healthcare. We are even to the next level of applying this digital technology of 3D modeling in helping patients have better informed decisions about the diseases. You may wonder, what is this all about? We partner with the Cardiologists Association in North America, and we model the 3D heart. I mean, it may feel like science fiction, but the technology is going there in terms of having as much as relevance, even if it is 90 to 95% of comparative to the real world. But doctors using 3D virtual mock-ups before entering to the surgery rooms. That's the direction where we are going in terms of how virtual twins are using. So we are evolving every 10 years into a new paradigm. In India, I'm glad to say that if some of you are here and keen to really work along with us, feel free to really reach out to us. We are spread across 7 different locations, Bangalore and Mumbai and Gurgaon being our center stage because of the proximity to the customers of aerospace, defense, and automotive. But the second biggest R&D lab after Paris is in India. So we have more than 3,500 people, very, very passionate PhDs, doctorates doing this cutting edge work for even BMW or to Honda right here in Pune and Bangalore as well. So we are very proud of that work getting done in India. So in summarize, in long story short, our conviction primarily is saying that virtual universes, whatever it might be metaverse, it might be digital twin, or whatever you may want to call it as, is a key enablers to imagine, design, and test radically new products, new materials, and manufacturing processes, basically. So I have a short video to really explain what I'm talking about.
The question is simple. What is Dassault Systems is conceiving state-of-the-art software solutions for 3D modeling, simulation, information intelligence, and collaboration.
Connected, secure online ecosystem called the 3D Experience Platform. An ecosystem that allows people to collaborate, to create and visualize virtual twin experiences that gives people the ability to rapidly explore unlimited potential scenarios, predict future behavior based on real data, imagine sustainable solutions, and perfect them. Without risk, without waste. An ecosystem that helps academics to learn and teach new skills, enables innovators and startups to realize their dreams, helps manufacturers make their operations efficient and sustainable, supports medical professionals to develop a patient-centric approach for healthier lives and to enable precision medicine at scale, and allows public servants to provide better services to citizens and governments to make cities better places to live.
We know systems are everywhere, and systems are complex.
But thanks to virtual worlds and the 3D Experience platform, we transform complexity into clarity, helping millions of people turn innovation into durable human progress.
It's what Dassault Systems is.
That was a gist of what we really do. So if you want to take back one thing as an outcome, if you want to remember, to apply into your world, this is the slide to remember. So there are n number of possible ways to apply virtual twins. I would rather always say that imagination is the only limitation of how you can apply virtual twins, actually. Because it's not that one size fits all. What Boeing does or BMW does might not be applicable. I will tell you the diversity of this. Procter & Gamble uses this to design shampoo bottles to reduce the plastic and the overall weight and having an aesthetic shape of a plastic bottle using virtual twins. Even when I come right down to India, we have customers who are doing Ashok Leyland, all the trucks designed done on 3D Experience platform, while you have Maruti Suzuki managing the suppliers better with our platform altogether. And Tata and Mahindra and a lot of new EVs out there here in Bangalore are using this sort of technology. I mean, that's one of the reasons many people don't understand that Simple Energy and many of these new EV startups in India are using the technology which BMW, Boeing, and Tata and Toyota developed for last 20, 30 years on cloud here, and using that technology now on cloud with a fraction of cost of what it costed these OEMs to develop last 20, 30 years and come out with new products in less than 10 months. That's disruption. Many people don't think that this is happening right here in Bangalore, and that's exactly the disruption happening right here in Bangalore. I'll move on with an interesting space on sustainability, since that's been the topic. If you make me talk on virtual twin applications, I can talk for a day, but I will restrict it to less than 2-3 minutes, and we can open up for panel discussions. One of the core important element of sustainability topic, everybody talks about sustainability, the impact of materials, plastic usage, water consumption, energy consumption. But is there something which we can do? Or are these just frameworks or wish lists or anything in like science fiction or just PowerPoints and Excel file not helping the NPD development process? For those of you who do not know, NPD stands for New Product Development. So we're quite in an early stage. Designers use a lot of permutations and combinations of how a product could look like. What are the parts? What are the features and the functions? What is the customer willing to pay for that particular product? You can't make an Indian car, for example, for a price of Tesla at $66,000 and expect the customer to pay $15K for it. Impossible. So the trade-off, if I have to use that right word used in engineering terminology, is to be able to analyze what will work, what will not work. There are thousands of permutations of combinations of materials, plastic, and different sort of kind of materials with regard to lightweighting, like aluminum as a potential lightweighting factor. So engineers in many of these companies and even decision makers have to make these trade-off decisions in a very empirical manner. It means with experience, gut feeling, asking consultants, asking people outside. So what did we do is we partnered with a Switzerland-based company which is into sustainability. So they developed a database called EcoInvent. The EcoInvent database has in one repository, if you're able to declare a bill of material of a particular product and tell that these are the components, these are the numbers, these are the material usage for each particular component, the database has enough intelligence to tell you what is going to be the water consumption to make this particular part, what's the energy consumption if you really use this particular manufacturing process. So technically, you are in a better space to make that sort of decision. So as you could see in the screen right now, right across the entire NPD process, either it is raw materials, product manufacturing, product distribution. You may wonder why distribution, because logistics is a big topic altogether. I mean, you can do all the sustainability practices out there, but then you have huge diesel-based trucks to really pull your raw materials inside and to distribute your finished goods to distributors. You're actually going away from it. And last but not least is end of life. That's a new topic altogether. Reduce, reuse, and recycle, but also look at end of life of how we can better do all of this activity. So we do an end-to-end spiral right from raw materials, manufacturing, transportation, and end of life, and help people to make those decisions much better. And you can actually get KPIs impacted with human health, ecosystems, and resource availability. This is a powerful tool altogether. I mean, many companies today who are actually into this, I don't want to name them because we have NDAs with these companies, are complying with sustainability regulations by declaring these upfront with the regulatory bodies, saying that this is what is my bill of materials, this is my manufacturing process, I comply with this rules, so that I am already eligible for associated with science-based targets primarily. So To summarize what I just said, the possibilities are immense with virtual twins, and the life cycle application is just maybe 1 by 10,000 of what we can bring onto the table. I'm very open. I'll be here around for discussions, or if not, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. The immense possibilities across high-tech, automotive, aerospace, life sciences, infrastructure. In fact, even we work with ITER on nuclear reactors, actually, of how do we model and simulate the nuclear reactor processes as well. So I want to open up with one last video. Can I get the audio, please, before I close my speech?
This is the state of our planet. Excessive consumption and emissions have pushed our ecosystems to the brink of disaster. By 2050, our economies must be circular and carbon-free. To make that a reality, businesses must dramatically transform within only 10 years. It can be done, but only if we fundamentally rethink everything. Imagine simulating a product's entire life cycle without a single physical prototype. Accelerating the launch of radically new products and processes that are right and green the first time, every time. Imagine testing entirely new biomaterials, zero carbon manufacturing processes, and revolutionary new vehicles propelled by alternative fuels. We could simulate global logistics to minimize emissions and redesign our buildings and bridges to be both resilient and recyclable. This is not a dream. It is a reality. Dassault Systèmes 3D Experience Platform is already enabling the world's most disruptive sustainable innovations, from electric vehicles to global wind power to the first solar-powered airplane. This is the decade to deliver. The time to act is now.
Thank you for the patient listening. I'll be here around for any questions. Thank you.